Well, we started on such a positive vibe already.
Such a positive vibe already.
Pat's crying.
Pat's indeed crying. The real question. Are we...
Too bad. Everyone's having a great time.
Great time. That's why Pat's crying.
Yeah,
Average, the group is having a great time.
Average. Just eat the peppercorns.
I guess so. I guess that's what I just gotta do. Yeah, there was like pulling them out with my chopsticks. I was like, this is time consuming.
we get D&D, not dinner commentary.
All right. And speaking of, who are we, Matt?
We are. Hold up. We are Robert Dubsmean, and we are amateurs that play D&D.
You're an amateur.
I mean,
I'm an amateur.
I'm a seasoned professional.
You do amateur voice acting. I mean, I do amateur voice acting. and play amateur D&D, while the rest of them
Professional voice acting and play professional D&D.
Yeah.
yeah.
So professional.
How's that resource management going?
Terrible. I've got no resources left.
Guys, you spend most of the time dipping your hands into the bag of holding and hoping. So.
Hoping.
Hope is a valid strategy.
Please be more food. Please be more food.
That is all Dwaru thinks when he reaches into the bag of holding. Every time.
What about dead body?
I didn't pull that out. I'd be worried if Dwaru pulled that out thinking
To
food.
be fair, when that dead body came out, we were trying to save someone. We were just...
It was a dead body.
Yeah, we were late.
That's not how long would it
Save someone. I wouldn't say we were any good at it.
That's right. Again, amateur. Perfect.
Hey, the characters are amateurs. We're professionals.
Nothing but professional.
So, who are we?
You can't-
Matt? Who are we?
Didn't I do this already? That's Rob Dopamine.
And what do we do?
Do it again.
We play D&D. Sorry, you said jump, I say ha, my bad.
Yes, thank you.
We're Robert Dopamine.
Now Matt's crying.
I'm a professional voice actor. I mean, no, Can we do it again? I've already messed it up.
No.
There's a lot of hair going on.
Blood.
You do have a lot of hair going on.
Need to get a haircut.
Yeah.
Comment down
Live
below
on
if you
stream,
think that I
number
should get
one.
a bad haircut.
Yeah, you should get a bad haircut.
No, the login.
You do it yourself.
Recommend a bad haircut.
Yeah. Do it myself. Just straight across the top. We
And a
need
bowl. It's all about faith. What is that guy? The bowl and the scissors? It's all about the vibe.
Vibe, I think is more correct. Faith is definitely not his vibe. There's nothing, can't go wrong in the realm of the bowl cut, man.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. I have 8 spells when I should have 6.
Okay.
This is
Can I have
most
2 of them?
leveling
So,
down.
last we left off, our
Wait, no,
team.
Waru had to recap.
Oh, Dwairu.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. In character recap.
Oh crap! You know what I don't have?
Uh-oh.
My notes up from last
You on
week.
the-
Guys, do you also have dice and your character sheet? God.
Yes, I have everyone's character sheets and dice.
Hey, yo.
I did not get my notes up.
He's looking...
Cool.
Okay, how much do we remember? No, I just have everyone's character sheets to help me keep track of everyone.
We should do a session where Dwyer plays everyone.
Yes. Do it like a body swap, but it's just Dwairu's in every body.
Oh, God.
Can I
Are
have
we?
infinite cast of what is it, impersonate person, and then I'll just play everyone. Last week, shit, we went and saw. This is why I need notes. Is it Desra's? No, Desmond. What's the dad's name? What's your dad's name? Helios. Claude. We went and saw Claude. We had to talk about, like, why did you not tell us that the circus was there when, like, the circus was there? Like, we're trying to break into a place and you're there. We kind of need to know that. Also, what the fuck's a magic mirror? Then we went and saw your mum, who Helios, I'm going to get a name jump from you again.
Your mom.
Vera? Vera! Yes, nailed it.
Mira.
Last
Mira
second.
with an M.
Fuck, I nailed half of it. I'm taking the point. We went and saw Mira, who very graciously did not scream and shout and kick out your new animal companion. Otherwise had a similar conversation, I believe. I don't recall if anything new came up, but that's fine, because Wairo would have no fucking clue if not something new came up either. We then made our way over to the casino after figuring out that we did in fact have invites to it, and after doing a terrible job of checking for anything security-wise in the caravan, literally every person other than me found something. We then went on like this little, I was going to say Ferris wheel trip, but it's definitely not a Ferris wheel, but we went on like some sort of cart, and now we're at the docks and waiting to go into the casino.
We are indeed at the docks waiting to go into the casino, waiting to travel the river Styx. So you had
Now I'm going to find my notes.
a conversation with Claude in regards to what the circus was doing, and he didn't want you guys using the circus as a cover so much because as a direct cover, as they needed every person that was there to also play a role in the circus. He did forewarn you that there would be other people there that Helios would likely recognize, that were part of his normal crew, or the other crews that he uses, and that you should not acknowledge them if you do see or recognize them, because they're not. You guys are not the only game in town. He also had injured his back recently.
Oh yes, that's important.
I feel like that was an unimportant piece of information we needed to recap, actually. We don't need to acknowledge that he has a sex life with his...
With his loving wife? Yeah.
Little sister, here she comes.
Mostly because it annoyed Morgan so much.
And say we're missing the best part of that.
Yeah. So speaking of, Morgan's not here.
What?
Yes. You then went to Mira to get a sense of what was going on. She hadn't quite designed the show yet for what circus performances she was going to put on in that space. She warned you that there are big cats in that circus, though, at the moment, and you got the name of the big cat. I had it. I had it in my notes.
Miri.
Emery.
Yes, Amory.
Memory.
Arlo, Ina, and Sab.
Yeah.
Sabrina.
Undercover, not tieflings. So that's my notes.
You guys. Sorry, them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Helios would
We
likely
know
know.
names.
Yeah. And you do, in fact, And with this, you made your way to the meeting point that your contact had given you, along with your passes. And you had gotten into this security carriage of some description with no windows, and it had toddled you down some winding road to meet at the docks here. Verity. Verity is her name.
Is Verity with us?
No, Verity is not with you, but that is the name of the contact for whom
Yeah.
you are getting revenge on Quinton Tugglepocket for.
Flinton Flogglepocket.
Indubitably.
Double socket.
And with that, maybe we should do a
Squinty
speed round the circle. Who's who, and who do you play? So, Wombat.
I'm Wombat. I played Wairu.
Direction.
We rolled
Yeah.
the same on intelligence.
Yeah. Meh. Lauren.
Hi, I'm Helios. I'm twin to Luna, who's away today. My dad and mum run the circus, and their names are Mira and Claude. And yeah, I'm kind of trying to get this raggedy band to hike, and we'll see how that goes.
Hiya, Nips ANC. Cool. Matt, who are you?
I am Leonardo Trindelwald at your service. I will be, but actually no. I'm playing half orc at the moment, as I have disguised myself on Hastings stakeout.
Indubitably. And Pipwick. I mean, Pat.
We're one and the same at this point. I'm playing Pipwick, chaotic envoy in a very small package. He comes in many faces, but they're all somewhat of a gnome, and tends to end up being the one steering a very chaotic ship with Helios.
Indeed. Cool. So you guys find yourselves on this dock. More of these red-robed tieflings kind of putter about setting up this space. One of them directs you down a brightly lit row of docks where a series of boats wait. The tiefling in the boats with a large pole kind of gestures you forward, trying to clearly play the role of death and ferry you down the river Styx. But
Everyone wait here. I need to make sure that this is safe before any of you go any further. I'm going to walk over to gesturing tiefling, going to give them the pat down and look around the boat very, very suspiciously.
I'm gonna stand there looking pretty.
he just immediately sticks his arms out and is like super awkward about it. You know this is supposed to be a themed venue, right?
Excuse me, sir. You can talk to me when I'm done doing a security search.
Security church.
A security
At
church?
a meta level, I don't normally game for the DM, but is there any sort of balance check that's going to be required to get in this boat?
Oh, yeah. No, but I am going to get your initial investigation check as you pat him down before getting in the boat.
I will ask the same as last week. As an actual security guard, can I roll with advantage?
Given you mispronounced search recently, no.
Investigation.
Yes, please.
You're trying to church this man.
That's a solid 5.
Solid 5. There is so much robe. How does anybody find anything in all of these robes? He does have a wooden stick, though. He seems to have some kind of giant wooden pole. That could be a threat.
I feel like I should confiscate that.
No, look, sir, I need this to steer the boat down the water.
How do you steer a boat with a stick? You can explain that one to me, then you can keep the stick.
Yeah, I push off the ground. Through the ground, push.
Yep, that checks.
Alright, would you like to get on board?
I'll be asking the questions here. Would you like to let me on board?
No, not really.
Would you like to let them on board?
Yes.
I'll be coming on board and checking it then.
Alright.
Pipwick's not even going to wait. Pipwick's just Pipwick's already in the boat.
Cool. Can I please get a dex check as you jump into the boat without any assistance?
Where is my deck? There it is. Okay. That is a 13.
13. Cool. So you jump into the boat and it rocks a little bit, but with the tiefling having one of his feet braced on the dock and the other one on the boat, manages to stop it from pushing away too far and throwing you off.
I would like to take seat at the front of the boat, or as close to the front as I can.
Certainly. And he kind of holds out his hand with the wooden stick in the other. All right, who's next?
I'll jump on to shake the rest of the boat.
Cool. Are you taking his hand?
Sure.
Cool. Make your dexterity check with advantage, please.
That's just a normal dex throw, not a saving throw.
Yes.
Ooh. 18.
18. Yeah, so you pretty successfully get across the boat and shuffle a couple of seats along before standing in the middle and trying to perceive and look around. So would you like to make an inspection of the boat now?
Absolutely.
Cool. Roll an inspection check for me, please.
Is that investigation again?
Yes, please.
God damn, that's an 8.
An
I'm
8?
on fire tonight.
There are things under all of these seats, and as you guys
I knew it.
and go to look under it, you start pulling out these like bright yellow packets. And the guy's like, hey, no, we leave them on and in under the seat unless we fall in, and then we grab the yellow packets. Okay? Just
I'm not the only verbal typo tonight.
wow. All right, rocks fall, everybody dies.
No, we've been good. Just Dwairu dies.
Dwairu just gets flung out of the boat for no reason.
I can live with this.
Yeah.
Can Dwairu swim?
How heavy are you? What are you wearing?
I am wearing the
This way.
suit costume.
It's just more of a full armor question. If you happen to be wearing full armor, you probably you cannot swim.
I don't believe I'm wearing any armor.
Excellent. Cool. So Helios, you go next. Are you taking the profited hand?
I've probably got my hand on his shoulder.
Okay. So he like awkwardly grabs your elbow to assist as you like put your hand on his shoulder and like ferry you in. He's not so sure what to do. Can I get a dex check with advantage, please?
Well, I got 50.
Cool. The boat starts to rock a little bit with a bit more weight now moving about, but you successfully make it to the center of the boat with Dwairu standing there, kind of trying to oversee everything, look for extra yellow packets that could be underneath seats. Where would you...
Bit behind. We probably couldn't be out the boat. Get out of the way, kind of thing.
Cool. And Matt, was Leo going to take the offered hand?
Because I have a whole bunch of illusion going on right now, I'm not going to take the hand. And,
Okay.
I'm just gonna...
Make a roll.
Yeah, he'll break his illusion by hitting his head instead.
No, I don't think I will. It's just a flat dex roll.
Yes, please.
18.
18. Yeah. So you kind of like look down your nose at this man playing the character that you are, and take a step onto the boat. It wobbles just a fraction, but you manage to like right yourself and stride into the center of this space. Luna hurriedly racing across the dock jumps in as well, to just be a part of everything that's going on. And with that, you guys push away from the docks. The ferryman in this scenario starts to pole you down the river. The river itself is relatively still moving, but you can see that on either side of where the boat actually goes, they seem to be like stirring up the water and churning it in some kind of magical and artificial means to give it more of a sense of like adventure as you roll into this casino. The ferryman is ably navigating your boat downriver and into an underground channel. As the mouth of the cave swallows you, you hear music over the echoes of the distant waterfall. The cave's ceiling rises high above your head, and dancing lights bob around hanging stalactites.
Okay, Dwairu's having a good time.
The river winds through the casino floor, splitting the cavernous chamber in two and passing under an arched stone bridges at various points. Card tables and other gambling stations are surrounded by chattering patrons and fill the open void. A cheer rises from deep in the cavern, which is decorated to suggest excitement, opportunity, and excess. The ferry steers your boat towards the left bank. Your boat rocks as it bumps up against the wooden dock there. The ferryman then raises one hand, gesturing to the glittering sights before you, and intones in a new, deeper, raspy voice. Welcome to the afterlife. Temptation awaits.
Wow. Well, this is very fun.
Um,
And then we'll start to get out of the boat.
Yeah, you do see that as you're exiting the boat, he proffers his hand in the attempt to get coins for the ferryman.
I will tip him 4 silver pieces.
4 silver pieces? Cool. You are going to get inspiration.
Ooh. Ooh. I like inspiration.
Yeah. Does the rest...
I
Yes.
was also gonna. I was gonna flicking the gold coin. Isn't that the?
Yes. Well, it's 2 coins, right? To get to for that. But if you flick him a gold coin, you can also get inspiration.
Yippee! Pay gold for inspiration. Sure thing, buddy.
Don't you have inspiration?
I have heroic inspiration. I don't know.
Heroic inspiration is the DM's inspiration from before, where you got an advantage.
No, I know, but because I'm a human, I get the new rules say that I get
One after every long rest, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, they don't stack.
Yeah, that's some bullshit right there.
Pat, your beard is called glorious in the chat.
Thank you.
Very nice.
I'm growing it out for the winter.
To keep you warm, you may wrap it around yourself.
Yes.
Good plan. Soon you'll be able to get some needles and just start knitting.
Braid it into various...
Yes.
You laugh.
Neat, just crochet it. Do it in there.
Gotta keep it neat and clean somehow.
Something
So,
tells me that crocheting it is very anti-keeping it clean.
I mean, if you keep it as a crochet, yes, but the process.
Sure.
So-
Yes, I will tip the boatman as I leave.
okay, cool. So, at the arrival docks, you see across the way 2 tiefling attendants who are helping patrons in and out of the boats. You also see this huge placard above you that reads, "Rules in the afterlife. Stay out of the river Styx. Don't cheat. Cheaters never prosper. Do not accost or threaten other patrons or staff. Your weapons hidden or sheathed at all times. Only employees may pass through the green trim doors." Then win,
You
win,
mean-
win.
Assuming everyone's looking at this, I'm gonna lean down to Pipwick and whisper, "What are we all looking at?"
There are words written that you
I
will
should-
never understand.
To the DM, I assume they're just written in common.
They're just written in common.
What do they say?
Don't cheat.
Okay.
right at the back of this space, you do see what seem to be 2 information booths with the tieflings there in attendance. And right between, or like right alongside them, is a series of tables and pamphlets there. And you watch as Luna bolts past you to take one of these setups and quickly removing all the pamphlets that are there and replacing them all with new ones for her Jasper god and his stone lifestyle choices.
Did we get a name for who Leo's playing tonight?
No, you didn't. And I'm thinking of something. You could use
What?
my brain.
When in doubt, you can always go with the usual. Steve, Gary, Bruce.
Gary?
No, I feel like you have to have it like an orc.
Zorka.
Sorka. Okay.
I don't know. I haven't introduced myself yet. Maybe that's not it.
It's up to you. Up to you.
Now, where do I need to go to buy my chips?
Cool. So you cast your eyes about the space, looking for this station. One of the ladies kind of approaches you from... One of the ladies at this information booth approaches you. Sir, I can take the opportunity to convert cash for chips, but most of our tables do just take gold, if you are operating that way.
Perfect, my dear. Now, I must head to one of these tables.
Before I
So-
let you set off, I would like to ask this lady a few questions.
How can I assist you, sir?
See, this lord here is quite a high role, and I can't just let him walk around unfettered. I need to know what exactly do you have in place security-wise to make sure that he's going to be safe while on your grounds.
We have plenty of security measures which I can only outline in principle for you. We have a whole series of mirrors that act as a way for our staff to keep an eye on the patrons here. We have wandering security staff, and we have other various methods to keep our patrons safe.
Looking around, can I clock a security staff looking person? Like, does it have a particular outfit?
Make a perception check for me.
Okay. Oh. Oh, it's the same roll. 18.
18. Cool. It seems as though there are some security guards. They're not indicated that way by their uniforms so much, that all of the uniforms match in every way, shape, or form. But they are substantially bigger than the dealers and the other people that are in service that seem to be moving around, that seem to be much leaner. It seems
The tiefling?
all tieflings. Yes.
Can I clock anything that looks like a security guard? Or can
On
I like
any particular person, or just as you glance about?
probably the security guards, or like can I see anyone entering or exiting the green doors? The security doors and how they're operated?
So from where you guys are in the, let me give you a better sense of the space. So if you pull up your map again, let's see if I've got map mode. Map mode. Sorry.
The map in chat.
Yeah, that would have been really handy if I didn't already do that. I probably should have done that before when I pulled it up.
Sorry, I'm trying to pull it up here too.
With the chat to see.
For the chat to see. Because, you know, it's fun to have everybody involved and they can yell out at you. So where you have arrived is down the bottom left-hand corner of the map. There in the arrivals section. I think that's in the same map as you guys got? Because I've got a better, way more detailed map. Surprise! The secrets to DMing. So you go down near where the docks are, right? The tables where the information desks are and Luna is are on that back wall on the left-hand side. And as you glance further forward, you have a sense here of where those doors are, but only because of where the map is. The angle which you're looking at, you will only see the one, that employee's entrance that is closest to you.
Okay.
So Conrad Oak is feeling so immersed. In front of you guys sits the like slot machines and Minosaurus. You also see towards the back side where the it is a racing track with a number of patrons clustered around. You also see in kind of the center of this space, in line with the employee lounge, is the bar. And across the water from you, you see a series of tables that are playing some kind of card game, and there are also more slot machines there. The more kind of exclusive spaces are behind those cabins and the walls there. But you see, as indicated on your map, there's the lounge, bath, spa, a tournament area, and the circus.
What that map there, the spa and the baths, are they elevated or?
No, there's a stone wall that separates them from the main floor space, giving the sense of like a natural cavern in this area.
If I would- You go.
Sorry, no, you go first.
If I were to tell this woman that I'm with security and that my very wealthy patron here could very well be back every night of the week to spend a large amount of money, could I persuade her to part with more information?
You're certainly welcome to try.
Is that permission to roll?
That's permission to roll.
10.
10. She looks at you and goes, your patron will be very well taken care of here. He is welcome to come back every night this week and spend as much as he likes.
Perhaps, my dear, my friend is not being as clear as I can be, and I'm gonna charm person as I to turn to her. So she needs to make a spell, so a
Wisdom save?
wisdom save of 13.
13. Alright. Don't fail me now, dice. Make it difficult for them. I don't need them to win. Ladies and gentlemen, I got a nat 20.
Boo. Boo.
I am keeping these dice forever, never using the ones that Wombat got me again. These ones are great.
The ones I got you were pretty.
They are very pretty, but they're bad luck for me and really good luck for you. You cursed them before you gave them to me.
I think operating with the same mental state of what happened during the last heist, where Pipwick just kind of wandered and made his own plan, assuming that chaos would come from anyone else involved. Pipwick is going to walk out and kind of meander around inconspicuously with the goal of learning a few key things.
Okay.
One, I need to know what Quentin looks like to see if I can replicate that look on myself. Two, if there are any potential blind spots, yep, ignore the balloons. If there are any potential blind spots for the security mirrors, and I was looking at the space between the spa and the baths in that rock there, it looks like there might be a blind spot there.
Mm-hmm.
And three, what the security and stuff uses as security key card.
Cool.
And I'm happy to make whatever rolls you need me to do over the course of my wandering.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump back to you in a second and deal with the chaos that these two are enacting and of which you are using to disappear into the crowd. And Helios, you're allowed to take this opportunity to do so as well. So what are the
That's kind of why I raised it now.
what are the consequences of your friendship failing? And
nothing
is
really.
it touch related?
No.
Okay.
It's not touch related.
Okay.
One humanoid you can see within range makes a wisdom saving throw. It does so with advantage if you or your allies fighting against it or failed saving targets can just charm creature is telling you when the spell ends, the target knows it was charmed by you. Nothing saying that it would know on a failed save.
Okay.
On a success.
Cool. So, all right. So you try and like cast out this spell, subtle hand gestures as you do so, playing it off as a flourish in your movement. And
Lots of glitter in the air.
and you like feel the spell like exit your body and kind of feel the wave as it rolls out towards this young tiefling woman and have it completely pass over her. Is there more I can really do for you? We are quite capable here.
As we can well witness. Thank you, my dear. But I guess we must be moving on to some poker tables or
Dragon ante. Dragon ante.
dragon ante.
Which, yeah. Or some
What was
sauce.
that, Wombat?
I said if you want to or something to that effect. I already forgot my own line. It was just a throwaway.
Ante. I want to play some gambling.
Cool. We'll jump back to you guys in a second. So, you are meandering about the space. In which direction do you head first, Pipwick?
Hang on, let me bring up the map again. Like I said, I think I would I'd head towards that rocky spot between the spa and the baths because I feel like that might be a potential blind spot. That indent between spa and baths on the left-hand side.
Yeah. Cool. So I'm actively trying to compare that map and this map. Awesome. So you make your way north on the map, meandering past and plethora of slot machines, clocking, security mirror. That is the wrong number. So you make your way past a plethora of slot machines there, and don't seem to see any like major security features here, simply because none of these are particularly big value machines. You do see one that's a 10 gold piece a play machine, but you also see that it's in line of the security staff who's kind of meandering in this space as well. As you head north as well, to your left along that back wall, you see a narrow racing track that dominates the center of the section and a bunch of patrons clustered around it. Based on the scurrying, you recognize this as rat racing. The further up you head, you spot the bar. This is not one but two bars, and plenty of plush and comfortable chairs, as a series of bartenders serve spirits and other drinks at the bar. You do clock a security mirror here in the northwest corner of this bar. You make your way across this space towards where the baths are. And the air here is warm and humid, more so than anywhere else so far you've been in the casino, and bears a sulfuric fragrance. A tiefling seated behind the desk there gives you a warm smile. Chintz curtains? I don't know. Some kind of material that's flowy and soft is behind her as a period of curtains. Dear souls, care to take a massage, relax in our bath, take a sauna, and feel yourself relax? Can I invite you in?
I will pass for now. Just kind of seeing. It's my first time here. I'm just seeing what's about.
Certainly.
It's all very overwhelming at casino.
Very much so. This is a more tranquil space. Feel free to come back here at any time.
Thank you.
Cool. So you back out a little bit then from the spa, having really only made it just inside of the door, to see this woman surrounded by curtains of the things that I cannot pronounce. As you kind of move around the side of it, trying to gauge heading south, back down the southern side of the map? Is that what the...
Yeah, so just into that kind of little crevice between Spa and Bath.
On the outside
Yeah.
of the Bath.
Yeah, on the left side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you see nothing that seems to be innocuous here or in any, like, there's no security features here. There's a couple of like lounge seats that are just kind of popped in the corner as a place for people to escape and maybe have a conversation here. But you don't see any security mirrors or anything else happening.
Is there anyone currently here?
You do see one somewhat drunk patron lounging, trying to like get their wits back about themselves.
Fair enough. I'll take a seat in the most like, I don't know, tucked away kind of area there.
Yeah. So currently this patron fills that spot, but there is a seat not relatively near that area that's almost as well tucked away.
Okay.
So you can sit there if you so choose.
Yeah, I'll just sit there and kind of take in the surroundings, see if I can clock any of the security features in this.
Yeah, you do.
Like,
As you sit there and watch, you do clock that the series of these moving security guards don't seem to stay in any one place for a particularly large amount of time, and they are driven more about what interests them than any kind of cycle that you can see. They do seem to move towards whatever makes the most noise or looks the most exciting. You do see somebody go from change direction mid-stride and head off to a different end of the casino, like they're being fed information.
interesting. I'll turn to the drunk patron. What can you describe them for me?
This is a elven nobleman, it seems, dressed to the nines and absolutely here to have a good time. And they're just trying to like pull themselves together so that they're not too drunk to do whatever it is that their next task is. They've got all of the regalia of the noble kind of class of elves, really long blonde straight hair, slightly darker in skin tone, giving a more Mediterranean look with still that like platinum blonde hair, tall ears. He has kind of purplish eyes, like a kind of dark blue to purple kind of color. And he is wearing a high-collared robe with gold embellishments along the outside, and these incredibly delicate, you'd almost think actual leaves embroidered into the sleeve down one side of his jacket.
I kind of tap him on the shoulder and go, hey, you okay?
Hi. Yes, I am okay. I need to get sober enough to get into the baths. She's hot.
I don't know if that's where you necessarily want to go. I don't know if you can see over there, and I'll kind of like gesture towards the bar over the other side of the river. Like there is a person dressed in red over there that's kind of got eyes for you at the moment. I think they may have even been beckoning you over.
Why are you directing the drunkard to the bar?
because I have no morals and I want to be left alone.
Okay.
I don't think so. I was just there. Nobody was being nice to me.
She, they, he, they're over there.
Nah.
I clocked nothing. Very, very elven, very mystique, but very much up your alley.
What are you
Look,
What?
look, and I take out a gold piece and place it in his hand. Go buy her a drink on me. Go buy him a drink on me. Then, go.
I don't need your gold, sir. I've got my own gold here. I don't
Yeah, I
need
know.
this. What are you doing?
I never said you did need it. I'm just trying to help a friend.
I don't even know you.
Yes, you do. We met at the bar. At this
You're
point, I'm
too
happy to make a
small
persuasion
to
check.
reach the bar.
I will let that slide because I know you're intoxicated, but I really need you to go check on her. Look, she's over there. She's calling for help. He's doing a great job. See over there, that person.
Cool. Make a persuasion check.
I do it with.
Swear to God, if you're pointing to me.
I'm not pointing to you. I'm not actually pointing to anyone.
I mean, on Discord you are.
Can I have it with advantage because he's incredibly drunk?
He is already very suspicious of you. No.
Okay.
Why do you guys keep bullying me into trying to get advantage? Like you guys didn't get inspiration getting out of the boat.
Well, I, for one, constantly forget that I have inspiration.
16.
16.
I'm
He.
saving my inspiration for something else.
I constantly have inspiration. I never want to use it.
Yours is not a
I'm rich in
limited
inspiration.
resource. Cool. So he gets up very confused and makes his way towards the bar, trying to figure out who this person in red is. 'Cause he doesn't seem to be able to see any of the colors.
Basically, as soon as he's turned his back and I have like this like secluded section to myself, I'm gonna pull out Rat Damon and Ratchet Swayze from the bag,
Yep.
and basically say, we'll meet back here tomorrow night. If you can pick up any security belongings or any interesting dialogue, I'd be happy to hear it. And it sounds like they're racing your friends. If any of them want to tag along, I've got plenty more names and plenty more space to bring. And kind of like, I let them under the chair.
Okay, cool. At some point, I'm going to need 2 intelligence rolls from your rats to follow instructions and see if they're not waylaid by things I think are funnier.
I can do that.
Cool.
They've got -4, but I can do that.
Helios, what are you doing? You watched as the orc version of Leo and Dwairu were setting up to try and get information out of this lady, and Pipwick disappeared into a crowd. What are you doing?
I'm gonna head towards the bar.
Excellent.
I'm gonna meander through the slots, keeping an eye out for people I think that are high rollers, and and also people that would be regulars. Obviously this event has brought in a specific kind of people, but we'll always get regulars, you know.
Are you wearing red?
And I'm also, as no,
Just full on in.
and I am also keeping an eye out for gaps in the wall, whether they're up high or down low, for like air conditioning or monitoring, and what kind of covers they would have on.
Cool. Make a perception check for me, Ari Betts.
Oh, I got a nat 1.
Oh, and that one.
Damn.
There is no
In
ventilation.
that one?
Yeah. You don't.
Still really high for that one.
As you cast your eyes about, you actually aren't sure how any air flows through here. How is the air getting in here? There's a waterfall on one side. Are you just breathing everybody's farts the whole time?
Oxygen from the water.
Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
You critically failed into manual
Okay,
breathing.
yeah, I was like, got a 17.
Yeah, cool. You catch yourself as you start manually breathing, thinking that you're trying to avoid getting like smoke bombed or breathing in everybody's farts and taking on some noxious gas. There's got to be a solution here. It's fine. You get control. It's okay. They couldn't not have vents. You just haven't found them yet. Maybe they're in the cavern roof. And as you take a look up, you do just see a great big cavern with a bunch of stalactites. Yes.
Yes.
I just had to check.
T for top.
They hold tight to the ceiling, and then the other ones stand mighty and tall.
Heard that one.
Why do they hold mighty and low? Sorry, continue, Helios.
So you're making your way to the bar, and you're looking for patrons. You do see one woman on the sluts. She's a dwarven woman who's not dressed well. She's in like sweatpants and a giant hoodie with a couple of stains on it, and she is just putting away copper pieces from this giant bucket that she has.
So this character is in the slots.
In the slots, yeah. Just copper piece, copper piece, copper piece, copper piece, and then you watch as she pours, taps the side of the thing twice, and then copper piece, copper piece, copper piece, copper piece, pours, taps the side of the machine twice, copper piece, and you see that she is seeming to do some winning, but you don't think that this is in equal measure.
Is the bucket like underneath where the winning could go? So she's just like feeding it back into itself.
Yeah.
She's been here for days.
I'm gonna go over. Yeah. I'm gonna approach and like within visual range, like on the side, and be like, "Oh, you seem to be in quite a rhythm."
Yeah, I got the algorithm going.
The algorithm.
I'm not telling you.
One fist is out.
The winner?
I'm busy.
I'll let her be.
Yeah, you make your... Sorry. So somebody else?
I mean, like, what if Helios just did the exact same rhythm to the slot machine right next to him? That'd be so funny. Sorry.
Not if I won. I'm gonna make my way to the bar.
Yeah.
Not movement. I'm gonna stick close to the wall to keep my eye out.
Cool. So you're heading up there, and as you're trying to make your way towards the back wall, you do see this narrow racing track with a cry of victory coming out of it and a couple of groans of defeat as you make your way towards the end. As you make your way up towards the bar, you see that it is not one, but two L-shaped bars either side of this kind of like rock sculpture that sits in the middle. There are plenty of plush and comfortable chairs and cushions as tiefling bartenders in their crisp uniforms race back and forth serving spirits and ale. You see that the big thing is these copper flagons embossed with these prancing imps. And a couple of people are around the outside smoking.
In this universe, is smoking really, really good for you?
That's up to you.
No.
The Twitch guidelines, thank you.
We don't yeah. We don't condone gambling. We don't condone smoking. We don't condone consumption of alcohol. We don't condone any fun of any kind by any persons.
No
But we do
hiding,
But we do
stealing,
condone following.
Yes.
following and subscribing.
Like, comment, and
And
subscribe.
Follow us on Instagram and YouTube.
Pipwick has no idea what you're talking about as he lights fire.
Sorry. Yes, Helios.
Can I check the staff? Are they happy to be there? Are any disgruntled? Are any flustered?
Make an insight check for me as you look at the bar staff.
Maybe we should roll real dice.
How do you expect the staff at the bar to be as you approach? Based on my description so far, what is the attitude you're expecting to see from these staff?
Busy but competent, and just say, "Hi, how can I help? What do you need? Busy, what else you doing?"
So somewhat dismissive then is what you're expecting?
Not necessarily dismissive, like engaged in what you're asking, but the second you're done, they'll move on.
Cool. So you go to approach one of the bar staff, and they lock eyes with you, and immediately this huge grin takes over their face. You can see their teeth really pointy and sharp. This tiefling seems to be more towards the devil than they are towards the human side. Their skin kind of dark. They seem to blush a little bit as they catch your eye. Hi, what can I do for you? And your immediate perception is that this person is under some kind of influence. No one is this happy to work at a bar.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great.
What's your name?
God damn it. I had...
Alpha bar.
Sure. Alphaba.
Oh, hi, lovely to meet you, Alpha. Can I please get a soda on the rocks?
Of course. We can make it a little bit more exciting for you if you want something more than soda.
What do you have in mind? Do you do anything special on the menu?
We do have our Brimstone Gulp, which is the in-house ale that we produce. You're kind of cute.
Wasn't what I had in mind. You've got, oh, hi. A little bit more special.
Well, we have a whole variety of different spirits, and I can mix that up for you if you so choose. Whatever you want, I can do it for you.
Oh, let's go with that. Make me something special.
All right, something fun and exciting. You feeling like sweet or spicy or like, I don't know, a little bit bitter, tart?
Make me something you think I'll enjoy.
Okay, and she like races down to the other side of the bar and starts like mixing frantically. And you see there's other tieflings that are there like mixing and various stuff, and they all seem to be like having a real like yarn, talking back and forth as they go. Just, you know, having a great time, having an excellent time there.
Are they all speaking infernal to each other? So you just like sitting there like cool, really cool vibe guys while they're just like speaking to each other.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Are they speaking infernal? Or
yes they are. They're speaking infernal to each other.
Are they actually, or is that just what you hear because it's like 2 nat 1s?
Who knows? Cool. So in front of you, the this tiefling gently places this drink. And she goes, something exciting, something a little fun. I hope you like it. And just kind of like slinks back from the bar just a little bit for you to take your drink. It is a kind of green color and over a crushed ice with these flakes of red and this lime kind of decorating the outline, lime spiral, like decorating the side of the glass.
Is it based on a real drink? I don't want to drink that.
Yes,
it's
it
gonna
is.
have Midori in it.
It's not. I have a drink in my head that I know that I am using for this description, so it's fine.
And if you guys subscribe to Patreon, she'll tell you what it is.
Yeah.
I was just about to tell Lauren what it is when she drinks it.
I'll take a sip.
Yeah, it's a spicy, spicy margarita.
Wait, green?
Yeah, like lime colored, yeah. What's the last time you had a margarita, Matt?
Literally Saturday.
Why wasn't it green?
Yeah, margarita's yellow?
Depends, are you colorblind?
No.
Yes.
Alright.
I'm really glad it's just not apple. That's what I thought. The green color. I was like, oh.
I love everybody was like the worst option and you all came up with a different worst green option.
Yeah, because like if it was real absinthe, I would be having a time.
Yeah. But thank you for letting me add that to my notes.
Green berry.
Green shampoo.
I just don't know how I taste that, but I'll take a sip and be like, oh, it's something.
Yeah, you enjoy it?
Yeah, definitely.
Great. I'll just tell the people I'll be right back. And she like wanders down the bar to go and check in on some of the other patrons there.
Hey, she has
Because
some
she's
money.
flirting with you.
She didn't ask for money.
Still works there. Is she asking other people for money?
Make an investigation check.
Okay, different dice.
Look, they're kind of green, kind of yellow. Alright. I'm looking for more pictures of it. I was definitely thinking
what
that's
was it?
solid green
Investigation.
color.
Yes. Well, my apologies. I will give more nuance to the color of the drink next time.
Thank you.
19.
19. Nobody
Okay.
seems to be being charged at the bar for the drinks. But
Well,
you do
it's a
see
bar.
money exchanged when one of the patrons comes over to buy a cigarette.
Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna sit at the. Do they have like bar stools that you can sit through?
Yeah, so there's a couple of bar stools on the L-shaped bar, but most of the patrons are sitting on these like plush lounges around.
Is there only one
Now I'm
L-shaped
just
bar?
gonna stand
No, there are
Bar.
two L-shaped bars with this rock formation in the middle.
Oh wait,
Um,
no, like that against the wall.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna do like a solo lean against the bar. While I'm leaning against the bar, I'm gonna keep an eye on the like employee only entrance that is next to the officers, if I can see them, or the employee lounge.
Yeah, so you can see. So if you look north, you can see one entrance. If you look south, you can see another.
I might be holding the drink and pretending to drink, but I'm not actually drinking.
Okay.
Classic like closed lip sip.
Yeah.
It doesn't go anywhere in your mouth.
Throw it
Cool.
over your shoulder and it's all fine.
Can I get another perception check as you're watching the door to give you information on that? Oh, use the demon dice. It's infernal.
I got 22.
Okay, rude. Yes, every single person that passes through the door seems to be swiping some kind of card near the entrance to do some kind of unlocking scenario. So every single person is tapping in and tapping out.
And when they're coming back out, are they closing the door fully or
Yes.
does it close on its own?
Ah.
Do they look back?
So there seems to be a bit of both. Some people seem to pull the door closed, but if there's like a service cart or something that's coming out, the door does close. It's just a little bit slower behind them. But they are all pretty good about checking that the door closes behind them. As in, they've recently attended a seminar
Okay.
on making sure the door is closed.
And don't let anyone follow in behind
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Ah.
Security is your obligation.
Cool. I'm just going to monitor this area. I'm watching who goes in, who comes out. I'm still looking for vents.
Okay, cool. The vents really do seem to be a ceiling-based thing. You're sure of it now. Okay, Dwairu and Leo. You have failed to get any more information out of the lady at the front desk, who I failed to mention earlier was in fact wearing a devil mask.
Okay.
But how would you like to proceed?
I want to go gambling. Let's go gambling.
How would you like to gamble? Would you like to head to the slots? Would you like to head to a table?
Table.
Cool. You can also
Take your adventure. Woohoo.
bet on the rat races if you so choose. So to the left of you, as you kind of exit, you see these rat races. Additionally, there are tables and other slot machines in the area, or you can cross over to the other side and hit some of the high rollers tables.
Screw it. This is what I'm going for. I'm going for big, exuberant, and rich, wealthy man. So let's go. Let's see if we can head over to the high rollers table and get immediately turned away because I don't have that much gold.
This is gonna go so well.
Cool. So you make your way up almost to the spa, or almost to the baths, and then back down again on the other side. You see that this section holds the 3 dragon ante-tables and a couple of slot machines. Just south of the game tables are 2 cashier's booths, and just north of the games area is a secluded lounge which holds a small bar with chairs and couches. Yeah, you do clock the security mirror that hangs in the corner as well, in the southeast corner. So, slots or tables? High rollers table you head to?
Yeah.
Okay. So you take a seat at one of the tables there. You see a human woman whose dark skin and dark hair contrasts against her incredibly yellow wrap band dress thing as it wraps around in various places for the coolness of the current.
The mummy?
No, she's a human. She's just in a band dress. Like, Jesus. Okay. Cool.
She looks like a. Alright, cool.
Rude. Anyway.
This is how we don't get advantage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Next to her seems to be a drow. His head shaved entirely bald, with this huge mantle of this dark purple that kind of dips away into this soft cloak that hides his body shape underneath. And another dragonborn sits at the table. Another blue dragonborn sits at the table in kind of a rough, ready leather getup, attempting to do some kind of devil cosplay scenario, and a bit missing the mark. It's not blue! God, it's not.
Does Dragonborn have a beard?
No! It's not blue! It's not your character from our last campaign! It's just another blue dragonborn!
It can
They
only be
probably know
one.
each other, right?
They are rare.
Probably related.
Fine, it's a green dragonborn!
That's better.
Now I've got to change my notes.
green ones are so common.
Here's my boy, please.
Yeah. As you sit down at this table, you see a small gnome kind of pop up nearby and start chatting to the patrons around. He seems to be incredibly confident in this area, and he is dressed well. We're talking... No, he is dressed... He is dressed. He has full
He's dressed
tails on.
garishly?
Yeah, he's dressed garishly. It's a full set of tails with a red shirt underneath and a check black and red waistcoat that is slightly too small for him. It pulls around his belly. It seems to be made of some really, really bright, shiny synthetic material that contrasts with this weird wool jacket that he's wearing. He is sweaty too, and you see as it runs around like the side of his neck as he's like he's really like blackened and darkened his mustache and goatee to really give that the devil aspect. His hair slicked all the way back. You can understand why this room is so cold, and the lady on the table is struggling in her little dress.
Is he playing or is he just walking around?
He's just walking around.
Okay.
You see that the only like clear blemish, aside from being a bit sweaty, is the speckle of freckles across his nose as he attempts to like really sharpen and angulize his face to give him that devilish aspect. And as you sit at the table, I'm gonna do it like this. Twiru, are you also sitting at the table?
I am not sitting at the table. I am standing a very short distance behind. Oh, there's so many notes already. Behind Mr. Zorka.
Alright, cool. So the way that we are going to do this is that I will be the dealer, you will be going up against me, and we will be rolling 5 d12s to determine your hand. I would like you to keep these die rolls hidden to start with, and then we will each reveal one of our die rolls. So, 5. I don't know that I have that many d12s. I'm straight up surprised I've got 4 d12s. Cool.
Give the pretty one a chance.
I did. It did okay.
So wait, how many d12s are we rolling?
5. Okay. So, with each round, you're gonna bet, right? Your choices are match the bet, raise the bet, or fold. So.
Yeah, good choice. This is already too many rules with Wairu.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So your first roll, please.
My first roll was a 1.
Mine was 2. So, would you like to place a bet?
Wait, I rolled all 5 of them all at the same time.
Yes.
actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
But for the drama. So the starting bet is going to be 5 gold pieces.
Okay, I'll call.
Cool. Okay, and your second card
Is a 3.
is an 8 from the dealer. So, would you like to... the dealer is going to add a gold piece, so where the table is now 6 gold pieces in the middle.
I'll call so I have 6 of
Yep.
Can I ask a question out of character?
Yes.
So how is it literally just you guys are rolling for the higher die, or is it like getting magic numbers? Like how will we work it?
Hold it, higher number. I
Higher
think.
number. So,
Yes.
so we're just following for higher number.
Yep.
Just so I can follow along.
Yeah, I'm just doing my best with this. I don't
That's all
have
good.
an anti deck, so cool. Next, I rolled a 6.
I rolled an 11,
11.
and I will.
That is a lie.
I'm gonna,
Sorry. Yep. My apologies.
I'm gonna up the ante 2 gold. Go 8 gold.
8 gold
To a
pieces.
total of 8 gold.
Yep. And the dealer calls. Okay, so we should be at 4 now.
Yep.
Yep. Cool. The dealer, I got a 12.
I got a 3.
Okay. The dealer is going to raise by 1, so the pool is 9.
Yep. Yep. I'll call.
Yep. Cool. Last one. I'm doing this. 7 and a 4. So, what is your total there?
Is it by total? Or
Yeah,
is it
I'm just
by
gonna-
roll for-
Okay.
I would make it total because I can't be bothered with any more maths than that.
Just as fair.
22, 23,
We just
31.
have someone in chat to do the math for us.
That would be. I also could do the math myself, but now I'm like, I don't trust it.
I got 31.
Yeah, we're at 25. I was. There was never good rolls. I'm not surprised at that.
Cool. So all of the gold gets swept up. Please subtract
Yeah.
9 gold from you.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now that I. All right. It was just a bad hand.
While he's had his game, is there anything that I'm able to perceive in the area? If things I'm looking for are any changes in security to this area as opposed to the others, and if there's anything here that I could see which would be excellent at causing either distraction or mayhem.
Make a perception roll for me, please.
16.
16. Cool. So you spot that there is one of the security mirrors in the right-hand corner. I think it was right-hand corner.
Need one more pink dice. That's what it was.
That's what it was. Okay. This section has, aside from Quentin Togglepocket himself in this space,
I was like, wow, you came up with a silly name. No, that's his real name.
you do see there are a couple of security guards that seem to be trailing him specifically, aside from those that are just like wandering around. But as for distraction, there's a bar at the back. There is a giant river in the middle, and one of the rules is don't get in the river. So that's an option. You could flip a table, turn over a slot machine, whole array of things. You do notice too that while 3 Dragon Ante is the big draw of this particular place, there are other card games that are being played.
Oh, we want to make the DM come up with a different one?
Depends how much money do you want to lose.
Oh, I've got a fair bit to lose, actually.
You want to live.
Yeah, do you want to make your next rolls with advantage or disadvantage?
I mean, advantage would be the best.
I think I got most of
I'm keen with another action DM.
Yep,
When next you want to cut away.
yep, let's cut away.
From where I was, are there any security guards close enough for me to get their attention?
If you waited long enough, you certainly would be able to get one as they passed by you.
I would like to summon one over.
Yep, cool. So you flag one of the security guards down. And this kind of gruff looking tiefling makes his way over to you. What's up?
Sorry, would you mind getting down a little, like, you're very tall. Would you mind coming down a little bit closer so that we can have a conversation on a more equal plane?
That is not the role that I fill here. What do you need?
I need to tell you something, but without alerting the general populace, and I can only do that if your ear is closer to my mouth.
We are in a small, somewhat secluded section of the casino. I think if you use at the appropriate volume, I will be able to hear you.
Fair enough. I cast suggestion on him.
Fair enough. I got a suggestion.
Yep, cool. What is that from me?
Wisdom saving.
Wisdom saving throw? Let me pull up the rest of these stats.
Please tell me you sent the oath over. I really want this to work. I've got 25 words to work with, and I wrote them out to make sure I didn't go over the limit.
Of the suggestion. That's so
Yeah.
good.
So that is an 8, so he fails.
That's a fail. So I say to him, hand your security pass to me. Then obtain oil from the kitchen. On main floor, strip and coat self in oil. Run around casino and bother everybody.
I thought that was about to get a lot darker.
No, I'm not gonna make him self-immolate.
You said cover yourself in oil. I was like, oh.
I mean, they can't catch him.
I don't know if you've noticed, but your the way that you were sitting 5 seconds ago, you slightly moved your head to the left now, but like you had perfectly aligned yourself to have two lawns. As you were saying, get yourself into oil, strip, and run.
So yeah, so TLDR, give me your security pass, go to the kitchen, cover yourself in oil, strip, and run.
Cool. So he hands you his security pass and makes his way over towards the kitchens and the employee lounge. And as he approaches the employee door, he goes to grab his pass from his belt. And he can't get through the door. What is the consequences of not being able to fulfill the conditions?
The charmed target pursues the suggestion to the best of its ability. So if there is
Okay.
another way into the kitchen, like through the restaurant, I would assume they would do that. Otherwise, it just continues until they have the opportunity to.
Yeah, so you see that he first went to the bar and to the employee lounge space to try and get what he needed, swiping his card, being that where he was most familiar with, before making an about turn and heading past this bar and down these stairs before making his way to the restaurant there.
I think as he left, I kind of walked in like a 90-degree opposite direction from him, so that if anyone was kind of like toggled on to where he came from, I'm like not in that area anymore.
Yeah.
And I'll probably go over to kind of the playing area and see if I can spot Quentin and just kind of wait for what's about to happen.
Yeah, so you make your way into the main floor and you see, thank you, you see Leo and Dwairu in the midst of the card table there and Quentin moving through the crowd. Small, garishly dressed, with this outrageous affect on his face. You like concentrating on the spell, you can feel this guy continually attempt to go and get oil, and it just seems to be at the most struggle you have ever found for some single person to go and get oil being the first step of this problem. You watch as you don't watch. You don't see anything. Cool. So he's doing that. Yeah, Helios. You see this.
Can I do something?
Yeah, so well, I was gonna say, you see at the bar this guy come over and attempt to swipe his pass several times without any pass in hand. The door not opening, and the bar staff looking at him incredibly weirdly. Before he makes his way back the way he came and down some stairs. What would you be doing in this moment?
Is this at me?
No, sorry, this is at Helios.
Was Elfie down the end of my bar when he was doing that weird action at the door?
Sure.
I'd be like, oh, someone's acting a bit weird. What have they been?
I have no idea, right? We're all supposed to have these like cards and swipe passes on us, but it looks like he had something going on. That's not going to last very long. He'll get spotted really quick if there's something happening.
Oh, isn't that kind of thing normal?
Losing your pass?
You don't
Oh
get
god,
any
no. Oh no. You will lose your job if you lose your pass.
Oh, that sounds pretty serious.
Yeah. It's not a great time.
Scary working here.
Ah, it's great. Just don't lose your pass.
Must be pretty strict. I'm gonna ask her. I heard that there's a lion around here.
Oh yeah, he's part of the circus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have a couple of big cats.
Do they?
Yeah. They have a show like every 4 hours. You should, I don't know, they're in the circus. There's some space behind the circus. You go see it. It's every 4 hours. I think it'll be in like an hour and a half from now. Yeah.
So, hour and a half from now. Oh, today. Are we able to go and have a look at them?
Before the show? No, not really.
That's a shame. I love big cats. What do they have?
You could probably talk to some of the circus hands and see if they'll help you out.
Cool. That's pretty awesome. Have you got a team?
Yeah, but not recently. Like we saw it right at the beginning. Honestly, it just starts to get a bit boring. You hear all the cues, you know what's happening. It is what it is. But you know, it's a great time if you haven't seen it for the first time. You should definitely see it.
Sounds like a plan. I might wander over that way.
Yeah, cool. And as you're having this conversation, you watch as a bunch of guards start bolting out from the employee area on either side of you, racing across the grounds down to the spiral staircase. In front of you, Pipwick, you see that two guards seem to appear either side of Quentin, and whisper something to him before they make their way off downstairs towards the kitchen as well, or the restaurant as well. So you guys, Dwairu and Leo, you also notice as Quentin, kind of, who was like meandering through, talking to regulars, really putting the swab on, has just gone like full business and is like marching down towards the kitchen to solve problems.
I will lean into Leo and whisper, do you want to follow that, or are we staying here?
I believe we're not doing anything this evening. We're just playing some cards.
Copy that, boss.
Roughly how many ran out of the staff lounge in this area?
So there is either side. There's the doors. You watched as 3 from one side, 2 from another came racing out across the space. There's the 2 that came from Quentin as well, and one of the guys on the floor headed downstairs.
Sorry, just confirming, the Quentin's guards ran as well.
They are moving. They're not running. But they are moving in that direction. They went with him.
With him.
With him. Yeah.
Okay. I am gonna wander off and see if I can.
Yeah, sure. I am going to just jump back real quick to Pat. Pipwick, you have seen from as you've headed to the lounge space, all of these kind of guards kind of race across from the other side bar down to the kitchen. You can see Leo and Dwairu not far from you as Quentin and his 2 guards set off in that direction with pace.
I'll kind of just wait and see what happens. For while ever I've got concentration, he will still continue to try and do the action.
Yeah.
So I'll just see what unfolds. Can I... Actually, no, that might be a bit too chaotic and might get banned.
Whisper it to me.
I was like, if I leave a jug of oil somewhere. But no, I think I'll just I'll find a lounge or something to remain inconspicuous on. And just wait and see what happens.
Yeah. So it takes probably takes about 5 minutes before this before anything else happens, and you see as the a series of guards is bringing this other guard up. He is slick with something, although it may or may not be oil. Not sure what exactly he got, whether it's lard or oil or some kind of combination thereof. He has been bound in a really large tablecloth and wrapped in it as he is absolutely bellowing out some kind of infernal, you're gonna say like drunken pirate song, and you suspect based on the like cringes from every other one of the tieflings that are there that it's out of tune even for infernal, or that it's full of really evocative language.
Under the tablecloth, is he naked?
He does appear to be at least not wearing a shirt.
Before he's brought up, am I allowed to take an action in that 5-minute time?
Yeah, sure. What would you like to do?
I just want to have another look around and see how many security guards I can still spot after a big mass of them have run down.
Yeah, cool. Make a perception roll for me, please.
Dice, I know we've had our differences tonight, but fuck you! I'm... You know what? We didn't even need to stop.
Yeah?
It was a 5.
Is it 2 nat 1 bad? Oh, it's fine. 5 is good.
You don't see any guards except for the one that is somewhat expected, who is kind of just loitering at the front. You clocked beforehand. Seems that his job is front of house.
Did we clock anyone leaving when we came in? Would they be leaving the same way they came in?
You do leave the same way they came in, but nobody is leaving as of yet. It is early in the evening.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So 3 of you in the kind of gambling chamber at the bottom, with Helios still at the bar. Yeah, is heading towards the circus. Cool. We might leave it there for this evening, and you guys can continue on with your adventures. Sorry, I'm just writing down where you guys are. Cool. So now, having successfully covered a man in oil and ruined his career as he sings horrific and gaudy tiefling infernal chants, Proud of your work, Pipwick?
Look, I have a deity I don't understand that craves embarrassment, so, let's, yeah,
He's a warlock.
yes, very proud.
I often forget about that bit.
Yes,
Oh.
I've taken a patron of chaos.
And we would expect her next.
Yeah. Because, you know, it's a shenanigan campaign. A shenang campaign. No, I don't know. Campaign again?
Campaign again.
Campaign again, we'll take it.
Everyone was like, the
Did we
first
all
one is
come to
so
the same
bad.
conclusion?
Yeah, cool.
Thank you,
So,
boys.
with that, we will wrap it up here. Do we want to go around the circle and give shout outs to other projects that we are working on? Pat,
Just about to hit it big.
you were just about to hit it.
A podcast available wherever you listen to podcasts.
Shout out to those increasing number of German and Russian listeners.
Our latest episode had 200 people listen to it out of nowhere, and I don't know where they are from.
Continue talking about the same random topics.
It's how you make money. Yeah.
Yeah, it's growing. It's working.
Yeah.
Wombat, let's give a shout out to all of the things you're currently working on.
I'm currently doing a thing called Gamesplaining, where I talk about everything happening in the world of gaming, and then I also play video games and make stupid videos out of it. I'm also on Twitch. I'm on, I don't know, just everything social, YouTube and shit. Check it out if you like video games or if you enjoy my personality, but most importantly, stay here and make sure you watch all of this because we want you to watch.
Cool. Matt, shout out all the things that you do.
Well, I do this little thing called Roll for Dopamine, where we play fun D&D campaigns. If you missed, if you came late to this current episode, you can rewatch it on Twitch as it once we have finished up this live stream. But previous episodes, you can go and watch them on YouTube. Also follow us on Instagram, where we have some shorts and reels from some of the highlights of these episodes.
All right, coolio. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Always gamble.